Yeah, good afternoon, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time here, my name is Peaches. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, I am in the garden the day after the rain, the massive thunderstorm we had yesterday. And I am getting ready to give you guys an update on the pumpkin. Oh my goodness, that was a mosquito that was biting me, and I thought it was only itching. Wow, he got away. Yeah, guys, so I'm gonna give you guys an update on the pumpkin patch. There is a lot going on, and I am so excited about it. So let's go ahead and make our journey into the pumpkin patch. Ah, okay, let's go. Something I want to share with you. Now, I just went over that side, and by the pond, I saw a frog jumped off into the pond. Now, let's go check it out before we check out the pumpkin patch. Can you see the frogs, guys? They're hanging out just on the side of the pond here. Check them out. There are three, oh, four of them there. There's one, there are two there, and then there's another one over there. That is so cool. That is so cool, man. Look at that. Look at that. Now the pond is almost, oh, that one just darted off. Oh, that's so cool. Let's see another one jump. If I go close enough, maybe they'll jump. Yeah, that's true, just jump. Okay, let's see another one jump. Yes, I know they're in the water. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so cool when the pond is finished. It doesn't even have any liner in it right now, guys. But because we got so much rain yesterday, check out what's going on here. And so, yeah, we're finished digging because manual labor can take it so far and no further. So we're going to be satisfied with 2 to 2.5 feet of depth here. So yeah, we'll have to wait until it dries out before we can start putting in the liner. And then I have lots of flowers and stuff that I want to use to kind of just decorate the area. It's gonna be fun, guys. Stick with me. Thank you so much for being here. Anyways, we're here for the pumpkins, so let's check out the pumpkins. Now, right here in front of us, we have these huge leaves. They are from a pumpkin which is called the Alga oil pumpkin. Now, I will put the name on the screen. The thing about the Alga oil pumpkin is I bought the seeds from a little shop. Good place to shop on. They're on Etsy, but they also have their own website. And it's called the Happy Green Shop. Now, I bought the seeds from them, and I saved seeds, and I planted the seeds that I saved. And right now, the pumpkins that I'm looking at are different from the pumpkins that grew from those initial seeds. So I'm thinking that maybe some type of cross-pollination happened, and it became a hybrid. Now I just saw one that has been terminated. Yeah, and guess what? It's sitting right this. When it doesn't get pollinated, this is what happens. But you know what? Nature of a way of balancing out itself. So I'm not too worried, especially about the alga oil pumpkins, because yeah, the nasturtiums here, it's tangling. Is it? Yeah, the pumpkin is tangling itself to the nasturtium. But yeah, check this out, guys. Now, can you tell me if this looks ready? I don't know if it is ready. There's another one that's coming up under the bottom here. Now, I know back home we used to say that I think when the leaf over top the pumpkin fades and dies, then the pumpkin is ready. But right now, we don't really have a leaf over top. We have many leaves that almost look like it is vining off that way. But check out that, guys. That's huge. I don't think I'm gonna pick it. And then there is, yeah, there is, oh, mosquito. There is one that's under the bottom here, but I'm gonna leave it be for a little bit. It looks though that it's gonna be terminated at some point, but I leave it be. Let's check and see if there are any more. Like, look, there's one more coming out there. Oh. Any more pumpkin? Yeah, I think I see another one over the other side. Yeah, here we go. Here is another one that's growing lovely, and there's another one beside it there. The alga oil pumpkin is doing really well. Yeah, this one has been terminated. It's gone. And then, what's coming out here? The leaves look much smaller. So it looks like it's coming from a pumpkin that is not alga, like it's hard to say that, alga oil pumpkin. Alga oil is going over in this section now, and look at that. That is a pumpkin from the alga oil pumpkin, and it is kind of pushing down my corn here. So okay, I have redirected that. Yeah, the alga oil pumpkin is doing spectacular. What type of flies are these? These are pretty icky little things here. What are they? It's an infestation of them. I think I'm gonna put a little baking soda on it a little later. But for now, let's keep looking for pumpkins and squash. Okay, this patch right here is taking a little time to start flowering, so I doubt there is any fruit in it. Yeah, the corns for some reason that I planted in here and took a little while to start pushing up. And check this out. This is a bean that's here. I have some bean planted in between the pumpkin patch, between the pumpkin vines. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and go around here. Check this out. There is another big one right here. And yeah, whenever I see the pumpkins that are terminated, I pick them off and toss them. Doesn't make sense leaving them there for the vines to use up their energy on them. And I see pumpkins on the inside there too, guys. The alga oil pumpkin is doing spectacular. This one, as small as it is, it's gone because it's not going to do anything there. This is the same patch I was saying that was slow to start flowering. But I'm telling myself that I have at least 7 weeks of growing time left, and so I'm really looking forward to some fruits. Now the alga oil pumpkin, as far as I know, is grown mostly for its seed. You can get oil from the seed, or you can eat the seed, but I am gonna have to come up with something to be able to use the flesh or the food part of that pumpkin, because I can't get so much pumpkin and then don't do anything with it, right? And so if any of you guys watching this video subscribe to the channel, view the channel, and you have experience with alga oil pumpkin, then share it with me, please. Give me some ideas for them, because they are really looking spectacular. And as I was just saying, I think we have about 6 to 7 weeks before we get a frost. I hope it will be more like 8 to 9, but with the changes that's happening, I'm thinking it's gonna be 6 to 7 weeks. That's still a long time for, because these pumpkin vines are pretty established, so that is still a long time for me to be able to get some fruit. And yeah, this one is, I can't help but remember every time the way I came around here and I saw that the critters, now I'm gonna start blaming the chipmunks only, because it could have been the moles too, and the voles, because I think we have moles and voles. It could have been them too, so I'll just say the critters dug my plants out of the ground, and I was kind of broken, but I picked them up immediately and I just stick them back in the ground, and they're obviously pretty hardy because they grew. And look at that now, check this out. This one for sure is not going to be terminated. It is good. It's gonna grow and give me a pumpkin there, or a squash. It's a kabocha squash. This one looks good too, and there is another one over there that looks good, and another one there that looks good, and even bigger one over here that looks good. But this one behind here, it has a different shape, so I'm not quite sure if it's coming. Is it coming from a different vine? Huh. It's coming from this vine. It's coming from this vine. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But it is exciting times for me here, guys. It's exciting times. I feel so good because last year I didn't have the channel where I was sharing all of this with you guys. But the pumpkin squash patch was such a disaster, and I was so disappointed. So my excitement right now is through the roof. Check that out. There is what looks like summer squash there. Yeah, it's a good thing, guys. It's a good thing. Such a good thing. Oh, check this out. More pumpkin. More pumpkin, more pumpkin. Yeah, my little apple tree here is casting a little shade. So I am just gonna take refuge under my little apple tree right here. That's casting a lovely shade. And I just wanted to say one thing to you guys about the pumpkins that I have realized. Now, pumpkins and squash, if you are a first time gardener, if you're gardening for the first time, you're pretty inexperienced. Like, I don't have a ton of experience, but I have always planted something, right? So I am learning about different things as I go. I am growing in the garden, right? But what I have noticed is that when the pumpkins and the squash starts vining and they start blooming, the first blooms are usually male blooms. So I am thinking that the male blooms don't need that much energy for them to be produced. But the females, because we are so special, we need a lot of energy to push us, right? And so the female blooms, as far as my experience is, they don't usually appear until the vines really start extending out. When they start extending out, then in my experience, most of the blooms that I see are female, right? And so if you start your pumpkin or your squash and you see lots and lots of blooms and most of them are male, don't get disappointed, don't get despondent. Just wait until they start vining further out, because those female blooms will come, right? And usually when they come, you know them. They are distinctly different because they come with a fruit on the end, right? The full fruit is attached and then the bloom is on the fruit, right? And that bloom needs to get pollinated. If it doesn't get pollinated, then it terminates, right? And so it's much like a female egg, right? In the reproductive system, if the female egg does not get fertilized, then it terminates. You know what happens, right? And so yeah, guys, it is important to have pollinators around your garden. If you don't, then you can basically take the male flower and pollinate the female flower, like close to the base of the plant here. You will see mostly male blooms. Check that out. You won't see female blooms. But as the plant vines out, you will still see male blooms, but then you will start getting lots of female blooms that will result in that's a little one. I don't want to mess with them. And so I won't be touching them too much. But you will see lots of female blooms the further from the base of the plant the vine goes. So don't get disappointed. Don't get discouraged. Stick to it. Let's keep going. Let's keep gardening. Let's keep gardening. Over here I have another set of kabocha squash. Oh yeah. And I'm starting to see fruit on this one here. Yeah, check this out, guys. When I planted this patch first, I thought that they were all summer squash. But I quickly realized that I did have some zucchini in here. Like, check that out, guys. That's a lot of summer squash that's coming in there. That's a lot of summer squash. Now the summer squash is distinctly different from the kabocha squash, which is more like the winter squash. The winter squash vines out more than the summer squash. See, this is not very far from the base, and you have the fruits, the female and the males right there. Whereas the winter squash, it vines very long before you start getting, I'm gonna put this over here, I don't want it across there. Okay, you stay over here. You can always vine out into that section there. And this one over here by itself is doing its thing. It's starting to vine. I can see that it is more like a winter squash because it's not putting on the blooms closer down to the base there. It's going further out. No female flowers, no male flowers there either, but I can see the beginnings of flowers. Yeah. Check that out. Fruit. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do with squash? Well, I asked for it, I prayed for it, and it's happening, so I'm not complaining. I'm just excited right now, guys. Yeah, but as I was saying, I quickly realized that I had actually planted zucchini plants in this patch, right? Obviously, seeds got mixed up. And check this out. I think it is more than time for me to pick this big, beautiful zucchini. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I think I'm gonna pick it. Oh, look at this. Beside this big, beautiful zucchini, there's one here that didn't make it, but that's okay. And then over here, there's another one that's doing its thing. And on another plant, there is more zucchini coming in there. More zucchini. Like, I usually shred my zucchinis and I freeze them so I can get them to make zucchini cake. So you guys can tell me, do you have any ideas that you can share with me that I can use zucchinis for? Because I'm looking forward to a bountiful crop of zucchinis, right? I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say to you guys too that you can know zucchini leaves. For some reason, they have a distinct shape, and they also have this kind of blotchy, kind of silvery color throughout the leaves. And the minute I saw this, I said, I didn't realize I planted zucchini here, but that's fine. It is absolutely fine. But yeah, guys, see the leaves? It's different from even the summer squash. The summer squash doesn't have that silvery, blotchy color in the leaves. But guys, I'm gonna pick my first zucchini of that season. Oh my goodness, how do you pick zucchinis, guys? I usually just twist it to get it off. I usually just twist it. There we go, it's coming off. I think this is way past time. Oh, look at the zucchini. Look at it, just look at it. It is wonderful. That's why I garden. Guys, if you're sitting on the fence thinking about it, get gardening. When I was in the apartment, actually, I gardened. You can ask my husband about it. I would plant, and we didn't have a balcony. And we would be like on the second floor because I don't like heights really. And so, yeah, I feel like something's on my back that I need to attend to. Yeah, but when we were creepy crawlies, yeah, when we were in the apartment, I would plant even tomatoes in pots, and I never once got a tomato. The tomato plants looked like they could be eaten because they were so robust, but I never got a tomato. However, it did not discourage me from planting still, and I had lots of flowers. Like, I'm just looking, oh, there's something in my back. Maybe it's a tag on the shirt. Okay, yeah. And then we moved to home, which I didn't really have any. It was a basement apartment, I couldn't plant outside in the ladies' yard. And then we moved to another apartment because I got pregnant and we needed more space. And then after that apartment, we moved, thank God. We moved into our own home. And then I got gardening. I let loose and I planted cabbage and carrots and whatever I could stuff in that little backyard, I did. And so I've always wanted land. I've always wanted more land. Like the house, I don't care. I could live in a 2-bedroom, the second room for visitors or when our son comes back home, because they will be leaving home soon. And I feel like it's too much house, but then I like the land. And so we're going to be here for a bit. And so as long as life lasts, right? And so unless, of course, we get a spectacular deal somewhere else. Yeah. And so what was I saying? Yeah, I've always wanted land. So we got the land. I don't care about the house much. I could live in a 2-bedroom with a living, a dining, and essentially I could live in a box that's divided into all the different rooms that are necessary to be divided into, because I prefer more land more than more house, because I like to be outside when it is summertime to plant and reap the benefits of my labor. Yeah, guys, so let's keep looking. I'm just gonna rest this squash right here. See that beauty right there? Yeah, that's the first one, the first of many. Yeah, these are summer squash. I can see one right here that's been terminated. I know it's not going anywhere. I'm just gonna pick it out. Yeah. And let's see what's going on. Okay, this is a little summer squash. Looks like a summer squash to me. And it looks like it's ready to be reaped. What do you think, guys? Yeah, I think it's ready to be reaped. So I'm going to go ahead and twist it off. I've been watching it. Oh, it's not. Yeah, I've been watching it for a little bit. Did I get some? Yeah, I was just thinking I need to get stem on this thing, because when you're reaping, oh, this one's a hard one. I'm butchering it. I'm gonna have to get the scissors and cut this off nicely. But yeah, when you're reaping your squash, guys, if you want them to last for a little bit, it's best to leave some stem on, especially your winter squash. And so, yeah, I'll just put that there for now. I think I have the scissors over here. I'm gonna go and get the scissors. Let's go and clean up the mess I made over here. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so it should be good now. Okay, anything else? Okay. I have beans in here too, so I gotta be careful where I step. See this thing here? It is a weed, and it is a vine. I don't know if it's creeping Jenny or creeping something. Check that out. These are all summer squash. The thing about most of my seeds is that I save them from what I plant. So I think some of them got cross-pollinated. And so what I got initially is not what I'm getting now when I plant the seeds, which is just fine by me. It's just fine by me. More summer squash. My. Look at this. I think this is a longwort plant. Do you know how far I have the longwort plant? All the way over the other side. Like, I don't mind it being around here, but I don't want it in the pumpkin patch. So I'm gonna just stick it in here where the nasturtiums are. You can grow there. And I've put some borage here, which means that they will seed here just like the nasturtiums, and next year I'll have a ready-made garden. Okay. Yeah, we were looking at these summer squash. Yeah, more summer squash over there. And what do you think this is, guys? If you were listening, you would know that it's actually not a squash, but it is a zucchini. Because zucchini has these kind of silver coloration in their leaves. Now, it's not a disease. That's just how they are. Okay. I feel good, guys. I feel good about what's going on here. Check that out. Summer squash. Summer squash. Oh my goodness, let me sit on my rock here and just take in the view of the pumpkin and squash patch with a few corns coming up, because I mentioned before that several times before I planted more corn and the critters destroy them. But I'm happy, guys, and I'm thinking 6, 7 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of time for me to get some fruit, good amount of fruit out of this squash patch to last me for the season. That's a lot of time, so I am pretty happy with that. So here we are. Yeah, the rain did it bad yesterday. I had to come out here and release some water out of it. But yeah, guys, these are my Mexican and Jamaican pumpkin. Now, it may look like it's shaded right now, but in a couple hours, when the sun goes further southwest, it's gonna come over and they're gonna get a good 3 to 4 to 5 hours of sunlight, which I think is not shabby, right? And so I chose to put them here because they will have lots of room here to vine. Yeah, so that is my Mexican and Jamaican. The Mexican ones did way better than the Jamaican ones. The Jamaican seeds didn't do that great. I have some seeds that I had left over that I just put in the soil, but I'm hoping for the best here. I will give you guys update on what's going on here. Now over here, I did not plant these. But they are amusing. Look at this. Now it's starting to put on fruits. Look how far it has vined. Like right here, I was putting the garbage, the food stuff, right, from my kitchen, because I tried to have a compost heap here, but I stopped when I saw these growing. I'm now putting the food waste from my kitchen in a different area because I don't want to disturb these pumpkin vines. I want to see what I get from them. And they are looking fabulous. I'm not giving them any attention. I didn't plant them here. They just came from the kitchen, right? And they are vining out and they are looking spectacular. Check that out. That's some fruit I see going on there. And what I did recently is I took some borage over here and I planted a bunch in the middle here. So I will encourage pollinators to come over. Check this out. That's even a bigger fruit there. I'm gonna have to watch it so that I can hand pollinate it if I think it's not gonna get pollinated. But I am so happy about what's going on here at the Petal Place property. Yeah, It is a good thing. A very good thing. Wow. Look at that. Wow, and there's vine that's heading over the other direction. This is a pretty big pumpkin patch in itself. And we have 6 to 7 weeks to get some fruit here. So I am hopeful. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, friends. So you know that I like to do an aerial view from my big rock here in the garden. So I'm gonna go on up and we're gonna look at the pumpkin patch from up here. Check it out. I am so excited. So excited. And I'm so excited to have reaped my first zucchini and summer squash with you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Now, when I get down, I am going to go on over to the Monarch Greenhouse Garden where I have a few zucchini plants. Let's go see what they're doing. Patty pan! Look at my patty pan squash! Oh, I'm gonna get some patty pan squash, guys. Check that out. That's another fruit over there. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get some patty pan squash. Patty pan. And over here too. I am so happy about that. I'm gonna be getting patty pan squash, man. Yeah, that's a good thing. A very good thing indeed. Let's move on. These ones are not as big, and these ones are zucchinis. Yeah. They're not as big, but I am hoping for big things. I'm hoping that they're gonna get bigger. But yeah, you can see it. You see that silver in the leaves, and it's gonna get even more distinct when as the plant grows. More zucchini over here, zucchini plants. I'm talking to my friends on the channel. They are growing, and that's a good thing. I still have some weeks. See the silver in the leaves? Yeah. I'm looking forward to some zucchinis from them. I think I can see zucchini forming down there, guys. So I'm gonna get zucchini from this. And I'm expecting to get zucchini from this also. Well, thank you guys so much for being here for our first harvest. Looking forward to us reaping lots more of these plus others. As I showed you, my patty pan squash are growing, guys. It's the first time I'm planting patty pan squash. I'm experimenting with a lot of different things. Some of them have taken this year, some of them not so much, some of them are still lingering, but nothing tried, nothing done, right? You never know what's gonna happen until you try. And so I am happy to try. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your company. I can't wait to see you guys again soon. You take care now.